Dear students, today we are going to read another poem of Milton, written as a tribute Shakespeare, on Shakespeare. Please get ready with your exercise books, pen or pencil, and take down the notes. Dear students, in the world of English literature, Shakespeare has attained such great heights that no one can match him. The monuments made by bricks and stones or marbles decay with the passing of time. But Shakespeare has surpassed the limits of time and had attained such greatness that he has made his monument in the hearts of the millions and millions of human beings, the lovers of literature all over the world. His memory can never fade away. Here, in this poem, Milton is expressing his love, respect, and fancy for Shakespeare. Please listen to me. What needs my Shakespeare for his honored bones, the labor of an age in piled stones, or that has allowed relics should be hid under a star wide pointing pyramid? The poet is full of emotions and gives expression to his feelings with a question mark. What monument our dear Shakespeare needs? Every piece of his bone in the grave is precious, most respectful. People want to make a grand monument on the relics of his hallowed body. All his labor, his contribution to the English language and literature is to be kept under a pile of stones in the shape of a pyramid. No, it's just a foolish enterprise. Shakespeare is much above all these worldly monuments. Shakespeare is made of a different stuff. He is not an ordinary human being. He is an enigma. To understand Shakespeare is beyond our understanding. Now, Vibhay, please read the lines again.
Sir, would you kindly explain the word you have just used, enigma?
My dear Vijeta, enigma means mysterious, puzzling. Shakespeare is really a mysterious person. He puzzles us all. We all are wonderstruck and just utter, "Oh, how wonderful!" Nobody can say what he has said. Yes, we've had here.
What needs my Shakespeare for his honored bones, the labor of an age in piled stones, or that his hallowed relics should be hid under a star wide pointing pyramid?
Now I read the next lines. Dear son of memory, great heir of fame, what didst thou such weak witness of thy name? Thou in awe, wonder, and astonishment hast built thyself a lifelong monument. In ancient Greek literature, memory is the mother of muse. Muse is the daughter of Zeus, who protected and encouraged poetry, music, dancing, history, and other branches of art and learning. Milton adores Shakespeare with deep devotion and says that Shakespeare is a chosen child of Muse. In ancient Greek literature, memory is the mother of Muse, a goddess who was one of the daughters of Zeus. Zeus is also a Greek god who encouraged poetry, music, dancing, history, and other branches of art and learning. Now we can understand that Shakespeare is heir to the great couple Muse and Geas, and here has a legal right to the property of his parents. Such a product of artistic genius needs no worldly monuments to keep his memory in bricks and stones. Everyone is wonderstruck, filled with awe, thrill, and amazement to read his literary creations. Shakespeare himself has made his everlasting monument in the hearts and heads of the millions and millions of people, and he has made them fall in love with him. Whoever has come in his contact has not been spared by his charm, his genius. Does such a man need any monument of bricks and marbles or granite stones? No, no, never. It's rather an insult to him. Now you read the lines you have.
Sir, excuse me. When you say Shakespeare was the son of Muse and Zeus, then how is he related to memory?
My dear Vijita, don't get confused. Memory is the mother of Muse, who herself was a goddess. As such, you can understand that memory was the grandmother of Shakespeare. This is all personification. Milton has given a new color and shape to his poem by using these figures of speech.
Sir, what is figure of speech?
Oh dear Vibhay, Milton has made use of the words memory, muse, gears, and nouns. They give special meaning to the language and make it ornamental. A special meaning before us. It is presenting a very special meaning before us. A figure of thought is presented before us. This makes the language literal, means beautiful and meaningful. You can call it personification also. Now, you repeat the lines you have.
Dear son of memory, great hire of fame, what needest thou such weak witness of thy name? Thou in our wonder and astonishment hast built thyself a livelong monument.
Now we proceed further. For whilst to the shame of slow endeavouring art thy easy numbers flow, and that each heart hath from the leaves of thy unvalued book. Now, dear students, please be very attentive to listen to what I say. Milton praises Shakespeare that he, Shakespeare, has made us all get intoxicated after having made us drink wine from the cup of his creations. We are filled with wonder, get bewildered, our eyes get half shut, and our minds enjoy raptures, the raptures that make us attain the highest stage of pleasure, ecstasy. The musical tone of his books unvalued, priceless, matchless, draws to a world of astonishment. Our hearts, minds, and souls are drowned in the vast sea of literature created and produced by him. Does such a soul need your stunning monuments? No, never. Now, Vijeta, you please read the lines once again.
For whilst to the shame of slow endeavouring art thy easy numbers flow, and that each heart hath from the leaves of thy unvalued book.
Now, let's proceed to the last lines. Those Delphic lines with deep impression took, then thou our fancy of itself brewing, dost make us marvel with too much conceiving, and so sepulchred in such pomp dost lie, that kings for such a tomb would wish to die. Here, the poet is starting with the catching words, those Delphic lines. In Greece mythology, Apollo, the Greek god of poetry, composed his great poems sitting among the mountains range of Delphic. By creating this image, Milton wants to convey us that Shakespeare's literary contributions are the result of the blessings of God. That's why they put a deep impression on the minds of the readers. His verse create a sense of maturity on our minds and broadens our thoughts. We feel we are matured persons. Please pay attention to another words. Self-bereaving. This is loss by death. Conceiving means thinking. Sepulchre, a tomb. Such a tomb where Christ was laid. In this way, Milton highlights his tribute by touching our emotions, that Shakespeare's loss is like a loss of some dearest one of ours, who has been so close to our bosom. Tears roll down from our eyes when we think of him. Our hearts, our minds, our thoughts become as soft and as fixed as a marble. With what a great pomp his magnificence lies. His tomb is as sacred, as great as that of Christ. The bravest of the kings, the emperors of the emperors, would like to lie down in such a grave, but they cannot achieve that height, that glory, that love and respect that Shakespeare had attained. Dear students, Milton himself was a great scholar, a great poet, and only a person of his caliber could understand what greatness Shakespeare had. Only a poet and a scholar like Milton could pay such a well-worded tribute. I think you all have enjoyed the poem. Please write down the critical appreciation of the poem and put up your exercise books for my checkup tomorrow. Thank you. Have a nice day. God bless you all.